I love how men will complain about being single, but not listen to women on how to better the dating app so you get better chances of having dates. Like, I have so many hot, single, smart female friends. And since I'm a creator, I'm on TikTok a lot, and I hear a lot of women talk about dating experiences and dating apps and men's profiles. So I'm like, let me just make a little series helping the men out and marketing themselves better. And then when I give the advice, they're like, don't listen to her, boy. Don't be a simp. That's not true. What else am I supposed to do? You don't want me to be myself? She's single, so she doesn't know what she's talking about. So you think I'd be more helpful if I was a married woman who didn't have experience dating and didn't know what dating was like currently? What? Like, I'll literally give you the answer key and you'll be like, that's not true. What? Don't you think a woman knows better than a man of what women want? Like, men will do everything to avoid going to therapy and fixing themselves. If you were getting dates, you would not be mad in my comments.
Let me tell y'all something. If you sitting somewhere single right now, and you between like 37, 44, I need y'all to get ready. Because let me tell you, everybody getting divorced. There's going to be a lot of folks back on the market. And let me tell you something. A lot of the people that was married, they're not trying to go live a crazy life. They're going to go and get some new cat for about 6 months. And then they're going to be like, oh, I can't be out here in these streets. They're going to be like, I got to get back to stability. I got to get back to the ease of knowing that somebody's going to be there and that they're going to cook and that they're going, if they're not going to cook, that they're at least going to listen to my shit. They're going to want to cuddle on the couch and watch a show together, okay? Listen, get in the game.
This is a must know if you're dating somebody that's divorced. If you are with a man, and I'm going to tell you this, he needs at least 2 years, and here is why. Because men revert back to the age in which they first got married. And if there's any wild oats to be sowed, drinking, generally men will go back into party mode and go back into hookup mode before they go into reflective healing mode. Women, on the other hand, go direct into healing mode and back into reflection mode before they are then opening up to be in a relationship. So depending on who you are dating, if they came out of something that they weren't wanting to leave, then they need a longer period of healing time before getting into something serious.
Okay, got a lot to cover tonight, guys, in a very short time. So let's just jump right into it. So in the first clip, you heard this woman who was basically saying that if you guys want to get more dates, if you want to pull more girls off these dating apps, you know what you should really be doing? Don't be listening to these red pill guys. Don't be listening to these professional pickup artists. Don't be listening to anybody in the manosphere. You know who you should be listening to? If you want more dates, you should be listening to me, a woman, because I can tell you the real deal. I can give you the inside scoop. You guys all know, right? I mean, this is just very basic knowledge. The last thing you ever do is take dating advice, much less any advice, from a female. Okay? The only time I will listen to a woman is when she was telling me when her period is. Other than that, I don't need your advice, right? Because it's usually either bad, and I unapologetically say this, it's either bad or it's filtered. Most times, this is the other reason, it's filtered through political correctness, right? They don't want to say anything that will make themselves look bad or, non-inclusive. This is why you can't trust them, right? They're just not going to be real with you. They're not going to be honest. And that's what guys value. We just value honesty. We value reality, no matter how ugly it is, no matter how dark it is, no matter how it makes us look, right? We just want to get to the truth because, at the end of the day, that's all you can rely on is the truth. And when you take female dating advice, you're just never going to get the truth, okay? You're going to get a very watered down version or a politically correct version, or worse, what women are going to tell you they want in a man is what they want the Chad to do, right? What the bad boy to do. The guy that they are having sex with, what they just wish that he would do, right? Like, oh, can you just text me before you go to sleep at night. Is it really that hard? And then text me in the morning when you wake up. Can I see you at least 3 to 4 times per week? Is that asking too much? You know, when we argue, can you compromise a little bit? You know, can you just not put me down? Can you give me a few compliments per day? You know, tell me I look pretty every once in a while. You know, can you just support me in everything? I mean, this is the things that they want the bad boy to do, right? And I've always said that's the trap, right? As soon as you do those things, guess what? Your days are numbered. Your days are numbered. Because now that chick is going to start to lose respect for you. Why? Because that's what women do, right? They want to change you. I mean, there's so many comedians who've covered this. I think Eddie Murphy also covered this. Like, once you get in a relationship with a woman, first thing she wants to do, I want to change him. I want to turn him into this. I want to mold him. Right? It happens to me. I mean, when I had my 6-girl dating rotation, almost every single one of them tried to do it. And I'm like, no, this is who I am. Okay, this is who you got with. I'm not changing a freaking thing. Right? If you don't like it, see that door? Walk through it. Okay? That I'm not changing a thing. And as much as they bitch and complain, they will never leave. I promise you that, man. These chicks will never leave as long as you stand your ground, you stay in your frame, you know, you live in your reality, not hers. They're never going to go anywhere. You know when they are? You know when they're finally going to like take off on you, dump you, and monkey branch on you? Is when you actually start listening to them, taking their advice, start compromising with them, and start giving in to them. Because again, that is, to her is a sign that, okay, this guy has no balls. He has no balls, right? So whenever you hear these females trying to give you dating advice, you know, I mean, it always shocks me too, because a lot of these female dating coaches, especially on YouTube, will have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, way more than me, way more than any other male dating coach, right? But if you listen to their advice, if you go to some of the biggest like female dating coaches and just look through their videos and look at the advice is so just generic, right? It's so vanilla. It's so plain Jane. There's really nothing special in there. You go to any male dating coach, even guys who just say, maybe even just have a few thousand subscribers, really not much, right? Even some guys who may only have a few hundred, not even that much, right? Compared to her hundreds of thousands, if not millions. And you look at their videos have a lot more value, right? They have a ton of value. There's just a ton of resource packed into their coaching videos. None of it's vanilla. All of it is very just applicable advice where you can immediately take action. Whereas a lot of these female dating coaches who have, you know, like 20-fold the amount of subscribers and views and likes and shares, you look at their videos, there's nothing special in there. You know what's special is it's a hot chick who's showing a little bit of her cleavage, a little bit of the boobies, right? And you have all of these incels, all of these simps who are subscribing and liking and commenting on her videos because she's a chick. Let's be honest. That's the reason, right? And, you know, because I've had a few guys, not many, like 1 or 2, like comment like, oh, look at so-and-so dating coach, like some female dating coach. She's blowing past you, Em, in subscribers. Ooh, she's almost like, she's going to blow past Kevin Samuels. Ooh, look at her. And I'm like, dude, really? Are you trying to compare? I mean, that's like trying to compare, like, game between a hot chick and some, you know, some dude in a venue. Of course she's going to get all of the attention. She's going to get all of the recognition. She's going to get all of the validation. Whereas guys, we actually have to pick up our shovel and friggin' work, don't we? We have to put in the work. Whereas these women, all they have to do most of the time is just show up. Just show up and spat out some easy advice like, okay guys, when you pick her up, I'm your wing girl, remember, let her open her own car door. Just do that. And then when she sits, just keep your eyes on the road. Don't even look at her. I mean, the advice is laughable. I mean, I've watched some of their videos. I laugh my ass off that they have so many incels, so many simps, and so many pussies just like liking it. I mean, you should even read some of their comments. Like, oh girl, you're so beautiful. Great coaching video today, girl. I love the outfit. I love the blouse. Ooh, looking mighty spiffy today, girl. You know, I mean, they're so pathetic. I don't get those compliments like, oh, Em, man, so hot today. Ooh, I like the way that your hair is glistening in this light today. No, I don't get those. They're like, yeah, Em, good video, man. I got some value out of that. I went out to this club. You know, it's like applicable advice. So, just ranting about female dating coaches, but yeah, it always annoys me when somebody tries to make that comparison. It's kind of like going, hey, Em, you're a professional PUA, been in the game a long time. How come when you walk in the club and this drop-dead guest model who's a perfect 10 walks in the club, how come she gets so much more attention than you if you're so good, mister? It's like, because she has tits and ass and I don't. Try to get these lights on. So yeah, it's kind of a dumb, there we go. It's kind of a dumb comparison. Yeah, like you're comparing apples to oranges. I mean, they're just, you know, there is no greater power in this world than the power of the Putinani, right? The Putin, as they call it. We don't have that power having our penises, do we guys? But regardless, let's move on to these other coaching videos, these other clips we covered tonight. I'm trying to keep my coaching videos a little bit shorter. So in the second coaching video, in the second clip tonight, we had this woman, this black chick who's clearly edging towards 40, maybe she's around 40. She's talking about how, and I've heard so many of these women in their middle ages say this, like, girls, don't worry, there's going to be a line of divorced people coming into the dating market and they're going to be all ours. And it's like, that's your strategy? You're going to wait for somebody's leftovers, somebody's scraps to get back out there on these apps, and that's who you're going to snatch up? That's who you're getting excited about? Wouldn't it be a better plan, Missy, to have just cashed it in your 20s, kind of like we talk about here on the 33 Secrets, so you don't have to be out there in your 40s waiting for divorced people who are statistically more likely to get divorced a second time and then more likely to get divorced a third time? Why would you even want to partner up with somebody with those type of terrible odds? Okay? The better strategy is when you're in your 20s, and before you turn 25 even, when you have your youth, your fertility, your femininity, and you're having all these chads giving you all attention, lock one of them down. Lock the best one down that loves you, wants to be with you, wants to take care of you, wants to build a life with you. Lock that guy down, marry that guy, be good to him, submit to him, don't be a bitch. Shut your mouth every once in a while, don't argue with him so much, don't question his leadership all the time, and you know what? He'll stay with you. And you don't have to be doing these TikToks in your 40s talking about waiting for people who are going to get divorced. All right, and we had one more clip tonight. This was hilarious. The last clip of this, here we go again, another female dating coach, right? So I have this female dating coach here who's talking about how the title of her video was, this is a must-watch if you're dating someone who was recently divorced. So she helps people who are recently divorced. Okay, and this obviously is a chick who's probably divorced herself, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, but I mean, the funny thing she said in her video, this is why you cannot trust female dating coaches, guys. She said this herself in her little clip that we shared tonight. It was the third clip I shared with you, where she said, literally verbatim, that, you know what, it's men after divorce who just want to jump right back out there and jump into another relationship and already have somebody raring to go, somebody in their back pocket they just monkey branch to. But it's women, you know what we women do, because we're so good, right? We're such flawless creatures. What we women do is, once the marriage is over, we self-reflect. Okay, we sit there, we self-reflect, we gather our thoughts, we give ourselves 6 months to a year before we even think about dating. So we take time. No, that's complete horse manure, guys. Okay, that is complete jibe she's feeding you. This is why you can't trust female dating coaches. They will always tell you what's politically correct versus what is true, right? So I can't stand the self-projection, but obviously she's got it backwards. It's not guys who just jump right into a relationship right after divorce. It's always the female. And based on the statistics, women file 75% of divorces, if not higher. They file 75% of divorces out there, and you know why they're filing those divorces? Because they already have some dude lined up in their back pocket, as she says. They're already lined up and raring to go. And obviously women are hypergamous, so they are the monkey branchers. They are not going to exit any relationship until they have the next guy ready to go. And once that guy's ready and in place, even many times she'll already have her stuff moved in with this guy, and then she'll end it with you and just drive right over to the new guy's place and act like the relationship never happened. They could be so freaking cold. I've seen women do some things that are just so cold and so disgustingly like insensitive that it saddens me. It saddens me that they could be that cold towards someone that they supposedly love, supposedly gave their vows to. I've only seen women do that. Very rarely do I see guys do that. Believe it or not, I mean, guys, even guys who are pieces of crap, right, will have at least a little bit of sympathy. I feel a little bit guilty, but for a lot of these women, nope, they're just ice cold, right? Just ice cold. So what she was saying there about how women take their time, oh my goodness, that is some serious gaslighting there. That is some serious gaslighting. And never take advice, not only from a female, but obviously one who's over 40 and who has clearly done her lips. I don't know why there's such a trend of these women, even younger women now, that are inflating their lips, looking like basketballs. It just looks so unnatural. Guys are turned off by it. And I mean, they've even done research on this, that guys like women, they prefer women who look more natural versus women who inject themselves with all sorts of chemicals and Botox and, do all of this like fake nonsense to their appearance. But regardless, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to share, anything you'd like to add, please drop them in the comments below. I know you're gonna have a lot to say, so drop in the comments below. Always love to see you guys my comments, and I always love to read them. As always, this is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out here. Don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, smash that notification bell as well, so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure that if you love my work, if you love what I'm teaching here, it's adding value to your life, if you want to help me out, jump into 7 months of mastery. You're going to get a ton of value out of it. This is my personal program where I teach you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women in the world. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s. I'm not talking about single moms, divorced single moms, damaged women over 30, women with 5 therapists. No, I'm talking about the cream of the crop, just young, attractive, beautiful, and very classic and traditional women who are not like modern women. I teach you where to find these girls, how to cold approach them, and how to bring them into your life. I have many successful students around the world now, many of which have gotten married and had children and had families. It's crazy, with women that are, that are beyond, let's say, a bit out of their league, to put it nicely, right? They were able to get women who were more attractive than they would normally have gotten if they hadn't been in mastery, and women that they probably would not have found if they had never gone through my mastery program and learned my teachings, right? So I teach you this stuff, and I teach you from a red pill perspective. I'm a professional pickup artist. I've been out there for the last 3 decades now. I've been coaching men since the 90s, so I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. I know how to find these girls. I still go out to this very day, and so I'm still fresh in the game, and you're going to learn a ton and get a ton out of value out of my 7 months of mastery program, right? And it's really easy to sign up. Well, right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons, so take advantage of it. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds.